Oh my God, we already got someone waiting? How's that even possible? How'd you know that you're gonna do a live stream? That doesn't even make sense. Is it me here? I'm the one here, aren't I? Anyway, move this back a little bit. I thought I'd show you guys like kind of how I halved an axe, and I also thought I'd show you guys a little secret. Um, First of all, look at how. So this bench is barely workable. I can't like use a vise on this bench. It's real loose. There's a ton of weight on it though, so it's kind of sturdy right now. But oh, what's up, Joey? Yeah, there's a ton of weight on it, so it's not moving too much right now, but it moves. I wouldn't use it exactly like a real workbench. It is axe time, my friend. Um, as you can see, I kind of just put nails on the skirt. I just hung everything I use to hang an axe right there. It's kind of funny. Hey, what's up, Terry? Terry. I feel like that you hear people say that all the time. There's always a guy named Terry that's the friend of someone who's drunk. Terry, Terry, Terry. Anyway, um, and here's the vice bench. So this is what I made so I don't have to use the workbench. It's not really a workbench. I just slapped a vise on a bench I made. Nails are so underrated. That is true, man. Actually, that's funny you say that. I don't know if you could see this. I don't know if you could zoom in, but I attached this vise with wooden nails. I'm a goofball. So the secret project we'll get to later. I'm just going to talk about the vice bench a little bit. It's literally just a piece of a board I split out, and it's not even. I'm not even supposed to be able to do this because it was American sweet gum. Terry, Terry, Terry. How many times did someone drunk say your name and you're like, God damn it, it's happening all over again? All the Terrys in the world share the same memory of drunk people try to bother them. Terry. Or, you know what? There's got to be some drunk Terrys too. I guess that was what you were saying, Terry. But yeah, so this was just made out of an American sweet gum board, which people say you can't rive American sweet gum, but the tree service guys told me it was red oak, and I don't know why. I didn't see Medjool raise. I was a little more green back then. This was like a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago. I didn't. I still mess up. I still believe tree service guys for some reason, even though I know better. Yeah, a little bit of both, Terry. That's what I thought. So yeah, I just split it out. I used some beech legs. It could take you like less than an hour to make something like this. As you can see, I'm sitting on it. It's not long. It's only 36 inches long, and I didn't even use up all the real estate. If I were to make this again, I would put it all the way to the corner here. At one point, I did mess up, and I didn't put it to the side. So you want the jaws to line up with your side, but this isn't jointed. It's not like a perfect piece of timber. So I just put a sheet of plywood down, put used wooden nails to nail it down. There's about, let's see, there's four of them. No, I put only three of them. Huh, I wonder why I did that. So there's only three wooden nails holding down the plywood, and then there's only three wooden nails holding down the vise. I don't know if I can show you. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, there's another wooden nail, and then the last wooden nail is behind. You can't really see it. So this is not the best vise. I got it for a few bucks at the flea market. You don't need anything special. The only problem with this vise is the nut that prevents it from swiveling is a little loose. Like it's a little worn, so it loosens up easy. But you know, tools that I use are draw knives, spoke shave. On the vice bench, I use these. I use a Farrier rasp. You know, I have other rasps ready if I want, and files. That's pretty much all I use. I mean, obviously you have to use a saw sometimes, but I do most of my sawing on a jaw horse. It's get you guys up here. Look how fucking messy everything is. Damn. Those are a bunch of handles that are bent, and I'm like, let's lean them against the wall to bend them back. It's been like that for years, for like 74 years. The last time Terry got drunk, that's when I put those up there. Terry! Let's see, is there anything straight? Oh yeah, that's straight as arrow. That's straight as an arrow. Let's see if I can show you guys. Oh yeah, that's beauty. That's good to go now. And then not a bad shape to it. It's actually got a nice feel. It's a small swell, and yet still feels pretty damn nice in the hands. Look how barely it just barely tapers out, but that just goes to show you this angle is important. And it's not even as good as it could be, but that's actually pretty comfortable. I might have to copy this handle one day. I'm really delaying getting to the special secret. By the way, it's a secret for Instagram. I keep kind of like the fuck is it called? I keep hinting at it on Instagram, but for YouTube, you guys get the exclusive. The motherfucking Terry Hatton, that's her whole name. This is the fucking Terry Hatton exclusive right here. Okay? He's reporting live. I think I'll stop hinting at it and I'll show you guys. Do you like the Shinto rasp? It's been 8 months after my dad died in November. Oh Jesus, there needed to be a period there. That sucks, man. It's tough, isn't it? It's and then there's Father's Day, so that's like what you're thinking about. Yeah, it's rough. Obviously, you know, I'm guessing you said that because you know what happened with me and my dad. Yeah, sad stuff. Shinto rasp, I don't use it very much. I don't like it. It's right here. I barely use it. The Farrier rasp is superior to me. Now, maybe if this was huge, maybe if it was the size of a Farrier rasp, I think it's as good, but it just doesn't remove as much material. And I don't like the finish it leaves. The finish is like kind of rough, if that makes sense. I could use the fine side of this and then go right to using the axe. But with the Shinto, I'd want to use a file or something. By the way, am I the only guy that stopped using sandpaper? I pretty much just use files. I love files. They leave a great finish, and they last a lot longer than sandpaper. And they're not too expensive. Honestly, a file can be less than like 3 pieces of sandpaper. For real, it's pretty crazy, honestly. Like these Orbital sander, these are expensive, man. These are expensive stuff. I'm going to put this handle over there since it's done drying now. Or, I mean, done bending back. Okay, we'll do it. We'll show the... By the way, Terry, how have you been doing about your dad passing? It's tough, isn't it? It's like, I'm not going to get too personal. Rob says I only use 40 grit stuff. Yeah, I just... You see the belt sander? I just got a 24 grit belt, and man, I don't want to shape wood with anything else when it comes to the belt sander. Like a wedge, you could shape a wedge so quickly with the 24 grit. But yeah, Terry, how you doing about the dad stuff? It's strange. We don't all have like perfect relationships with our dads. We don't all have great parents, or some of us have great parents. You know, it complicates things. Every complication complicates a death with your loved ones. You know, makes it harder. I know people that like, you know, their dad was real terrible to them, and I'm not going to be very serious after this, by the way. But I know people that their dad was real terrible to them, and that them dying, the dad dying, it just makes it gives you a lot of weird feelings. Like just because they treated you like shit doesn't mean it doesn't make you sad. And in fact, I think when your parent treats you like shit and then they die, it makes you feel even more fucked up. You're even more sad about it for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I guess it reminds you of like what you've been through with that person. Oh, yeah. I hope he's going. I'm just reading what Terry said here. Yeah, I know we talked about your father died. Hope that's going good for you. I'm doing better, dealing with it. I miss him every day. He was my best friend, man. That's sad, buddy. Sorry to hear that. Joey says the same. Sorry about your dad. Yeah, I've been thinking about like mortality a lot lately. It's just something unavoidable, and that's the cliches. The cliches are like do what you want in life because it's short. Blah blah blah. All that kind of cliche shit is pretty true because once you get older, and everybody starts dropping, and you could be one of those people. Things get like more simple with what you believe about life, and like the cliches are right. They're simple and they're right. At least some of them. I'm trying to think of a terrible cliche. Oh yeah, I picked up The Secret. Anyway, let's move on. Dad stuff is dead. Being a dad, I have to go to my son's graduation. Wish I could stick around. Thanks. I really like your vids. Oh, okay, Rob. Oh, graduation day. That's awesome, man. I don't know if it's I don't know what level of academia he's in, but congratulations to the young fella. That's pretty crazy. It's a milestone graduating. What is it, like seventh grade, something? No, it doesn't matter which grade it is, as long as you don't get held back. That's a big deal, all right? To me, it's like, damn, did get held back? That's a good job, buddy. That's your job as a kid. Don't get held back in school. That's your main job. Now, if you did get held back, you got to become an exceptional adult. Otherwise, you wasted that cool backstory. You goddamn it, you wasted it. Anyway, so here's the secret. Can you guess what kind of timber this is? It's not the usual. It's not the usual white oak or pin oak or red oak. It's not no oak, no beech, no red maple. What else do I got over there? What else do I got drying over there? Hey, I got a. That's funny. Wait, where do I click? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, bitternut hickory. No, let's give you a hint. It's yellow. Now I'm thinking of that song. Now I got that fucking song in my head. I can't listen to music, guys. My brain is broken, and it becomes an obsessive, like revolving door of that music over and over and over and over. So I don't listen to too much music. I think I'm broken. I think I'm a broken boy. I didn't get held back, but I should have. Let me tell you guys a story before we get into this. The last day of high school for me, or like one of the last days, I had to do this project, um, or else I wouldn't pass a class. And then because I didn't pass that class, I'd get held back, or I wouldn't have passed. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't pass high school. So I had to do this project, and the teacher gave me the ultimatum. You got to finish it by the end, and school was basically over. Like it was, when you're a senior in high school, and it's like we're not even here anymore. We're just like we just have to show up once every couple weeks now. It was past that. It was like the last 3 days of school or something, and grades were already pretty much final. So I stayed up all night in my friend's shed doing a project, and I show up to school. I like run to the school because I'm already late, and it's like 10 a.m. I think. I'm just guessing. I think it's like 10 a.m. and I'm running to the class to get the teacher, and he's walking out. I'm like, oh my god, thank God I caught you before you left. I have the project right here. And he's like, oh, don't worry about that. I already gave you a D minus, so he already passed me. I did it for no reason, but I should have. The moral of the story is you should do it no matter what, even if you think that guy's gonna pass you. Do it. Get it done. Really, the moral of the story is don't let it get that bad. I think do your work before you have to stay up all night to finish something. Anyway, we're dropping like flies here. People are sick of me. Mulberry. This is a full size billet that I'm turning into a handle of mulberry. And what's going with it? Well, just about the most special axe I have. Just about the most special axe I have. It is a bluegrass, Belknap bluegrass. I don't know if you guys will be able to see the stamp here. Almost. You can almost see it. You can't read it, but you can see it. Anyway, it's got eye ridges. So does that mean it's true temper, you guys think? It's not a jersey. It's maybe it's a Kentucky or a Southern Kentucky. I don't think it's a jersey pattern. It doesn't have enough downward slope. Here, I'll show you a jersey. This is a jersey. You see how exaggerated the slope is? Yeah, longer bit. This is also worn, but that don't matter. Glad you guys can't smell me. I forgot deodorant. I always think, should I be my disgusting self or should I hide things? Should I hide them? I think hiding is for pussies, so I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, we'll do a little shaping on this. The slow way to thin this would be to use the vice bench, and I guess that's what I'll do. I'll just show you guys kind of how I would do things. It's not complicated. Move you guys here. Yeah, it's not a complicated way to do this. It's just, you want to do this slow, honestly. You really want to thin and shape a handle slowly, especially when you don't have a ton of experience. I gotta move this a little. I like this at a different angle. There we go. Yeah, not completely straight, but a slightly tilted the right way. Here we go. Now I could use a draw knife, although these aren't very sharp. I gotta really sharpen up and hone my draw knives a little. I've been lazy. That's why I've been using rasps lately. See, did I miss anything? Oh yeah, bitter. It's not bitternut hickory, Joey. It's mulberry with sapwood. Can you guys see the sapwood on this side? It's probably going to mostly go away, but except at the swell, which is honestly a good thing because mulberry sapwood is pretty weak and it's not very rot resistant like the heartwood and bug resistant. Yeah, you can see how much. Maybe I'll have a little bit of sapwood in there, but it'll be like not important. Hopefully, it's not too much softer than the heartwood though, because that could change how the hang goes. I think it should be okay. Yeah, you constantly eye it up. You sight down. So I'm looking at up top here, and I'm sighting down to match this with every part, and especially the bottom. And it's damn straight right now. Let me show you. Pretty damn straight, at least. It's a little blown out, or I forget what they call that when it's too white. But anyway, overexposed. I do have a few problems here. Let me show you things I got to watch out for big time. There's a dip right here, and that's an issue. So I either have to remove material up top here or below it here to even it out. That you can see that was where an axe or a hatchet was. You can see like a hewing mark there. But I also almost fucked up bad. I almost ruined it. I almost took too much material off on the back, but I kind of saved it. It doesn't look too bad. You kind of want it to go up a little more. But it's all right. It'll be okay. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's flatten this side a little. You guys got a good view? I always ask how the sound is, and nobody ever tells me. How's the sound, nobody? Oh yeah. I got a ton of material to remove, so you can go real rough with it. That's a 7-inch, by the way. Oh, you know what? I really got to sharpen my 10-inch. Yeah, let's do something smart here. Where's the, I don't know. Oh, missed something. What do we got here? What's the length? Let's see. Actually, that's funny you asked that. I have not measured it really. All right, let's see. Oh, see you, Terry. Well, man, I gotta go. Great chatting with you. You too, buddy. Sorry to hear about your dad. It's tough, I know. You have a nice one, Tara. Okay, so it's just under 30, and that's from top to bottom, so it might end up a little shorter. By the way, when I measure a handle, I don't measure it from the bottom. I measure where my hand stops. I think that's where we should measure, where my hand stops. So let me give you an example here. Oh shit! Almost took down the roof. Now, ooh, this is a beauty of a handle. I remember this one. So the problem with this handle is someone removed way too much material from the shoulder. So it's like you could see, even on the axe that was hung on it, there's only a little bit of contact right here, nowhere else. Look how thin that is. What a big fuck up. Anyway, anyway, so you can see where my hand stops. It's pretty much there. So how long do you guys think this one is? I'm thinking a little more than 30. Whoops. Yeah, 31. So I'd probably call that 31. It's not like my hand is real far from the bottom of the swell, you know? It's like right there. Oh yeah, it's like covered. That's perfect. I find it hard to do that. I find it hard to shape a handle and get rid of everything except for what you need at the bottom. Oh god, but it's these. Fuck. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, let's show you something else. I don't think I ever showed you guys this. Here's a cruiser. Oh, what's up, Killinger? The man. Dude, have you guys seen Killinger's? He's been reviewing a bunch of cool stuff lately. You took a little break, right, Killinger? Yeah, but I was just showing off this little cruiser. It's real worn, but it's a beauty. One of my best stamps. I didn't take the patina off it. Unfortunate, but sometimes it's just how you get them. Yeah, it's good to have you back, Killinger. The people have missed you. Actually, there was almost a riot. They heard you weren't coming back for a little while, and there was almost a big old riot. And I don't know. Thank you. Yes. You know what? I don't like to say thank you about stuff like this. Like if someone says that's a nice axe, I wouldn't say thank you. I'd say, yeah, I think it's cool too, because I didn't make this fucking thing. I try not to say thank you. If I make a handle, if someone says, hey, that's a great handle you did, then I'll be like, thank you, because I accept the compliment. I guess maybe I shouldn't make it that complicated. I should just accept compliments. You know? Yeah, I don't know. But Killinger, we're working on a secret project. For real, this is a secret. People on Instagram don't know about this, but I have hinted at it. I'm making a mulberry handle, which is my first mulberry handle of this size, with the most special axe I have, probably. This possible Kentucky pattern. Oh, I forgot to say, this thing is heavy. This thing is like 4.5 pounds. So for me, that's a heavy find. It's a Belknap bluegrass. Can kind of vaguely see. There we go. I try to tell people how to look at stuff. I'm like, you got to look at different angles, all right? And they just like stare at it this way. I'm like, come on, move it, move it. I don't know, it pisses me off. You ever try to show people that don't care about this stuff? They just have a, it's kind of like if you were to put me into college, I would not know how to do things there. Put me into a college. By the way, I wanted to talk about this since you're here, Killinger. That one of the lives I did, you promoted it, and I was like, damn, so many people are here. This is awesome. And then I realized after that you promoted it, I just thought that was funny as hell. I'm like, look at me bringing in the bit. It was Killinger. It was Killinger. And another thing is sometimes I stop responding to people talking. It's because YouTube is dumb as hell. It just stops showing comments. I know this happens to Buck and Billy Ray, but I only have one device. I think what he does is he just resets the other device he's looking at the comments on so he can fix it. But I don't know if I can fix it because I'm on live on my phone and that's the only place I can see the comments. Maybe I got to steal an iPad from a little kid. Speaking of stealing from little kids, I would never do that, but I think it's funny. The worst things, saying you'll do the worst things are funny. But anyway, I did see something fucked up happen with little kids one time. This kid I know, he went up to these little. I keep saying kid. He was about probably 15, and the little kids were like, 7, not too old. And he went up to him. He's like, "Give me $5." And he did it to like impress us. And we were all like, "What the fuck are you doing?" The kid gave him the $5. We're like, "No, give it back to him." He robbed a little child to like, "Hey, look how funny I am." It wasn't funny. I mean, it was funny how fucking dumb he was. Oh, and the best part is we were hanging out at the corner store. Like, there's tables outside of the corner store because there's a pizza shop there, and we always used to hang out there when I was a little kid. And all of a sudden, the dad comes and he's like trying to find this kid, and we told him the full name of him. We say he went that way. He did leave. He actually left. I don't want to. I keep almost saying his name because it's so funny that we would. You ever have someone when you were little where you would just blame everything on that kid? But that time it was him, so it was just so funny to say, yeah, it was him, and he went that way. He really did. This time he did, but we always used to say that he did. Oh man, let me think of a name. Patrick. William Patrick, and he went that way. Yeah. Yeah, stealing, man. You're such a pussy if you steal from children. Oh man, what a pussy you are. You're like, oh, this is an easy one. You're a pussy, dude. I'm sorry. I just hate it. I can't. He didn't steal from the kid, but he was joking, and then the kid gave him the money, but you can't really joke like you can't go into a bank and say like, "Give me $500 with a gun," and be like, "No, no, no, this was a joke. I didn't even mean it." So you said the words, so you essentially are robbing the kid. And the funniest part is he had $5. It was a tiny child. He was probably going to get a Arizona iced tea. You guys remember that? 99 cents for the last 30,000 years. It's been 99 cents. What a deal. What a company. Although I looked at the like macronutrients, which just means like sugar, protein, and calories and shit. It has a lot of sugar in it, so that's why I got this. That's why I got this drum set. That's why I got a big old drum set. Anyway, yeah, we're just shaping this handle. Oh, come on, man! I didn't want you to do that, Killinger. Killinger said, "Just share this. Hopefully, the community comes by." You don't need to do that for me, man. But thank you. I didn't bring that up, so you do it again. But damn it, you did it again. God damn it! Now I gotta fucking. If you ever have a problem on your property, I gotta fucking bring a raccoon shooter. If you have any raccoons, I got them, man. Bang, bang, hey. Or snakes. Oh man, I can't wait to bang a snake in the face. Save the children. You know, in movies, whenever someone gets hit with a gun, with like a rifle, they always go like this. They always do that. They always give them one of these or one of those with the butt of the gun. I mean, come on. Can't we get a little more, get a bayonet on that bad boy? I've been learning about some real dark shit lately. And I thought, I don't want to bring up dark things on this. Makes it better. No, I want to share, love your content. You love axes, and that's number one in my book. Thank you, Killinger. You are actually number one in my book when it comes to mowers, when it comes to sick tractors. You know, you have an awesome property, dude. It's so cool that you could do all that stuff. I know you work hard for it and shit. Yeah, I know you work hard for everything you have, so it's pretty cool to see all the stuff you've been accumulating. Oh, I knew you meant shucks. Oh, sucks. Yeah, I know what you meant. But yeah, it's awesome, dude. You built a life for yourself. That's something to be proud about, you know. Family, a homestead kind of deal. You can do you're not just buying stuff and it's already finished. You bought that mower and you're like, I am gonna fix this if it needs to be fixed. That's just such a great way to live. Is like that kind of self-reliant attitude about life. I can't do that with everything. I'm like, I can make a tool handle, but I'm kind of a dumbass. Other than that, I came from nothing, man. That's the biggest thing I want to convey to folks. Yeah, yeah, man. You just work for it. And there you go. You can get it eventually. It's a long term thing though. You didn't just work for a month. You worked for it for like decades, right? I'm guessing 2 decades it took about, or a decade and a half, or a decade. It's a long term thing. I was just learning about. Well, I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to talk about dark shit. I just don't want to do it today. But me and Terry already talked about our dad's dying. Never stop improving your battle position. Oh, that's sick. Did you have like a military father or something, or anybody military in your family that what's it called, that you learned from, Killinger? I didn't really have a lot of military people in my life. One of my friends when I was a kid, he was in the military and he died. But I didn't. He wasn't. Let me rephrase that. An acquaintance. I didn't really know him too well. It was kind of like a family friend thing, and I'm kind of a weirdo. So, but yeah, I didn't know too many people in the military. Um, I know if you live in certain parts of this country, like everybody knows someone in the military, or is in the military. I was in the National Guard, went to boot camp at 33. When is the cutoff? I thought there was a cutoff. Like, is it 35 or something? Maybe there's no cutoff. Maybe they're taking anybody. It would be pretty funny to join the military at like 78. Oh, 34 is the cutoff. I see. That makes a lot of sense, Killinger. That's why you kind of have I don't know. Definitely got some skills and attitude skills from that. You can tell you got like a I'll do it myself kind of attitude because nobody else is gonna do it. That's pretty cool, man. Mulberry. Yeah, let's get to this. I already showed the few people that were here before, but you can see there's a little bit of sapwood on this. Yeah, lots of life experience. Yeah, a little bit of sapwood. Hopefully, some of it comes off. It will. It's very thick right now. Let's see, how thick is this? If you can guess how thick this is to the millimeter, I'll give you 350,000 blades of grass. Hey, don't scoff at that. I got to collect a lot of grass for that. Let's see. I'm guessing inch and 3/4. It's about an inch and a half. Yeah, about an inch and a half, which is good. Wow, this is an inch and a half. Feels thicker than that. Okay, so closer to the swell, it's an inch and 3/4. And then, yeah, most of it. That's a good thing. You want the swell to be the thickest part. Like if you have if you have a kind of a goofy billet and it's just thick down at the bottom, or one side is thick, pick that as the swell part. You don't need a ton of thickness for the tongue. I don't know if you knew that, but axes are not very wide. Axe eyes are not very wide. It's less than an inch. It's like usually 7/8, I think. Oh, you know what? This is messed up. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. This is the bottom, which is a little tighter. God damn it. I can't show you guys. And it's also flared out. It's kind of ruined. One thing, the reason why I haven't finished this axe, or I'm going real slow on it, is because it's not dry yet all the way, this billet. So let's check what it's at. Oops. Let me check if it wasn't on yet and I already touched it. Okay. So when you do this little test, it should say 20. And I think that's a relative humidity thing. It says RH. I'm guessing that means relative humidity. This is a cheap meter, so I'm not thinking this is like designed by NASA. It's not perfect. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's actually really wet. Oh man, I gotta wait a while. Hold on, let me turn the. I think there's a. There we go. Look how wet this is, guys. God damn it. I don't know why I can't show this. What does that say? 13. That's way too wet. Okay. So I got to wait a long time on this. But when you thin a handle billet, when it's already moderately dry, it's set around 13. When you thin a nearly dry handle, it'll dry faster. But make sure you don't thin a handle that's super wet. Because when you thin it too much, it'll warp, it can crack. I've learned this stuff all from experience and failure. Over and over again, I fail. Big time failure when it comes to doing this stuff. It took a long time for me to be able to shape a handle. Let me see if I can find a kind of an early handle that is terrible. Let's see, what we got here. You guys have seen this before. This is an early handle that I reshaped a little bit. It's pretty bad, but I did round it. It's decent right here, but look how blocky it is on the near the swell, or what would be a swell. Look at that. It's like a rectangle. It's not good. You don't want that. But I use it anyway. It's not too uncomfortable. I could fix it, but I just haven't had the need. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This was the worst handle you'll ever see when I first made it. I can hear the flip. You can see the pigsty too. This is how it's shot. This is, oh yeah. I talked about this on the last live, I think. Essential Craftsman did an excellent video about the slob versus the OCD guy when it comes to how cleanly the shop is. Man, that was literally a perfect video. Literally perfect, the way he talked about it. So, you got the slob. That's how a shop is supposed to look. Hell yeah. So, the way that Essential Craftsman described it is that you got the slob who makes a mess, and then until the mess is so bad that you have to start cleaning up to be productive. I missed that one. Have to check it out later. It's boring. No, I'm kidding. It's boring. Don't do it. Yeah, so the slob makes a mess and then keeps making a mess until the mess is so bad that it hurts productivity, and then you should clean up, right? And he says, like, you do that, quarterly or whatever. Or you just clean up enough to make yourself productive. And then the OCD guy makes sure that the shop is as clean as possible at all times. And he basically said you need a little bit of a balance. If you're cleaning up all the time, you're not producing anything. So maybe that's a waste of time. But if everything is in disarray and you can't find what you want because you don't have the memory for it, then that's also hurting your production. So there's a balance, and I love the video he put out on it. I mean, it's literally one of the best videos I've ever seen on talking about how a shop really is and how the maker really is, dealing with their shop. By the way, this is just a little piece of leather on the end of a piece of sweet gum. Can't really, for some reason, it's not a. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just a little piece of sweet gum, and I love sweet gum because it has a ring to it, a certain ring. Let's see if I can find some more sweet gum. Listen to my flip-flops. Okay, we got something here. We're in business. Let's see what Killinger said. What's weird is I have OCD and my comfort zone is clean and tidy. However, I'd rather be productive than clean. It's a strange place to be. That's funny. I do think you're very cleanly. And when I've seen your shop, it looks great, Killinger. But I bet your standards are really high, unlike mine. Here's some sweet gum. It's got a certain ring to it. You can actually learn something about a wood by just banging them together. Oh, God, that was a lot of dust. Definitely going to sneeze. My friend always tells me when I talk to her on the phone, she says that I don't like make anything. I just bang 2x4s together. Anybody else talk on the phone while working on stuff, while using a hatchet or files, or you can't use power tools and talk on the phone really. That's not nice. But I will bang away on things and annoy the shit out of people without power tools though. Yeah, look at this sweet gum. Beautiful stuff. Oh man, it's gorgeous. So you can't really tell because it's got sealed ends. Oh, there's a little bit of red in this one. Absolutely gorgeous. But there's streaking in this. And you can see right here, that is red. They call it red gum. The heartwood of sweet gum is also known as red gum. And the reason why they call sweet gum satin walnut is because the sapwood is really white and the heartwood is really dark, kind of like walnut. Did you guys see that short video I did about the lumber I have? How I kind of changed the stacks. I don't think I'm going to keep working on this because it's so wet, and plus I don't think it's easy to concentrate when when I'm doing that. Concentrate on the people. Yeah, let's just pick up stuff and show you. It's all on the bench. There's tons of it. Look at this little fella. I think I've seen in a book something similar to this called a Boston barrel hatchet, but it's not the same brand. So I do want to talk about this. If you guys get confused because a pattern is called something with a different company, that's because that's what happens. They're not all the same kind of thing. Marketing wise, they use different names sometimes. So if you get a little confused, everybody's confused, or at least I am. This is a cool one though. This is definitely really old. Look at the little facet right there. Very small little facets to like kind of separate the pole from the cheeks. I mean, from the eye and the cheeks. Really, really cool one. It has some faint. Fucking idiot. It has some faint. I hate doing that so much. That's why I leave. Sometimes I leave. What's it called? Shavings all over the ground. So if I drop something, it doesn't hurt it. But yeah, it has a faint stamp. See if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it. I think there's an there's an ARB at the end. It's like JG something, and then at the end of the G word, there's an ARB. It's a very cool little piece. I tried to get someone to help identify it for me, but they didn't know. They said maybe if you keep cleaning it up, you'll reveal more letters, but I already cleaned it up. I don't think there's going to be any more coming. All right, let's get some other stuff to show you guys because we're here. Look at this. This was a spalted piece of beech that I used to make this little hammer handle, but unfortunately I didn't chamfer the swell, and I dropped it, I guess, and it split out. But I really haven't. It hasn't been a problem. I love holding it right here. I like holding it right here, and in the middle is nice too. You can see I kind of did the thing where it's kind of concaves in and then flares out, but very gentle, very subtle. It's not. It actually is very nice to hold right here, and I mostly use this for getting the handle out of an axe eye. I just use a drift and I hit it out with this. This is a 4-pounder, I think. Oh yeah, look at this. Beauty. For some reason, you guys, I can see that you could read that. I just belched. If you guys are looking for saws, cheaper saws, kind of like the Silky, here, I'm going to do a Killinger right now. If you guys are looking for saws, kind of like the Silky saw, don't get this one. It fucking sucks. It's really bad. If you're only spoon carving or spatula carving, you might be able to get away with this, but honestly, nothing beats this. At least that doesn't beat this. Oh shit! I never put this in the little container, but yesterday I did it for some reason. Nothing beats this. I mean, this thing is just incredible. Really good. Hello all, and good to see you here, Chris. It is good to see Chris here. We missed him. He was AWOL? No, he wasn't AWOL. Shit, what's the thing for when you miss? He was MIA. The man was MIA. And he's a military man, so he knows what I'm talking about here. Please stab me with a bayonet. I just sold a bayonet, by the way. Yeah, MIA. Have you noticed? So, Chris, I know sometimes you like get a little tripped up on words. Have you noticed how I just completely forget how to say things sometimes? I just completely forget like whole parts of the dictionary. Yeah, dude, do a video on the Silky saws because there's almost nothing better than the small ones. I will actually pull something out right now. I have a bit of an issue with this one. I'll leave that shit in on purpose. Hell yeah, Killinger. honestly, I think it's funny to be, to show your weaknesses, and it's not even a big deal. It's like sometimes you just mess up a word. I all the time I say the wrong thing that I don't even mean. That I wish I could take out. Anyway, this is the big boy. This is the 650 millimeter. AWOL works as well, but let's stay away from Funar. I don't know what Funar is. No, I would never say that he's AWOL. AWOL is like there's something bad about AWOL. I hate this thing, guys. I really do. If you've ever used this for real, you know how hard manual cross-cutting is with this. It's not like, oh, thank God I have this. In an emergency situation, I'll be good. You're going to do one cut, and you're going to say, I'll leave that for next week. That's what's going to happen. Fubar. Oh, okay. I was like, Funar. What the hell's Funar? Now, it cuts well. It cuts decent. But you really just don't want to have to use this. There's a reason why people buy chainsaws. There's a big reason why chainsaws are popular. Oh, there we go. I personally don't think it's worth buying this. I think it's better to hold on. Hold up. I think you're better off buying like a topping saw like this. Something like this. An American cross cutter is probably better because you could at least sharpen this pretty easy. Compared to this, you got to buy like a $50, $60 file, and then you got to learn how to sharpen it, and it's not easy. I know it's not easy to sharpen one of these, but I feel it's easier. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's like compound angles. There's a whole bunch of crazy shit with this, with the teeth on this thing. Let me show you guys. See how there's different angles on it? Like the very tip, I think has a different, let me see. Yeah, the very tip has a different angle than what you see on the sides of the teeth. It's just a lot. You have to be really skilled to sharpen one of these. It's also harder. The material is harder than the old American saws, manual cross cutters. It's cool, but all those guys you see on YouTube over the years that have shown off this, like, and acted like, this is the ultimate survival tool. What are you talking about, man? I would much rather swing an axe for an hour than use this for an hour. That's just me. I don't know about you guys. Have any of you ever used one of these for a long period of time? The 500 or this is the 650 or the 1000? I'd love to hear about it. It's just not practical at all. I used to have this I used to hang this up. As you can see, there's a tooth missing right here. But I hear it doesn't really matter if a tooth is missing. Oh yeah. There's absolutely nothing on these teeth. I'd have to sharpen it up. All right. Let me show you some more stuff. Let me show you some stuff, guys. All right. Okay, don't you worry. This head, my shoulders won't put up with it. Chainsaws all the way, yeah. I've been wanting one, man. A crosscut saw. Yeah, dude. Joey, you'll love it. You'll love getting a crosscut saw. I have one. I thought it cuts pretty well, yes. I think an axe is faster. It depends, but man, if you use that silky saw on dry wood, you're going to be dying. It's like a whole body workout. Think about it. You rock back and forth. Looks like I'm dancing terribly. But hold on, actually, let me get what I want to go with this head. All right. So for the longest time, I've had this head. No, go on dry wood. Yeah, you need a different blade. Yeah, you need smaller teeth with dry wood. But so I've had this head kind of just sitting on this handle for a while, the Stumptown Axis handle. and it's too thin. I want to use this for splitting because it's like 32, I think. Here, let's see. Tongue goes down to here, about here. Let's just see real quick. You guys don't need to see me measuring it. Yeah, so this is like a 32-inch handle. He put a beautiful laminated swell on it. So that's 2 laminations essentially. Beautiful timber. He thought this was not up to his standards. That's why he gave this away, and I won it in one of his contests. His standards are really high. He makes great stuff. I want to put this head, which I had to reshape. Look how thick the bit is. I want to put this head on here, on this handle. Hey, what's up, Brian? Brian, you have some real cool stuff and a fantastic shop. I've watched some of your channel before. Man, you got some awesome stuff, and I know you know what you're talking about too. You definitely have experience with this, with hand tools and vintage tools. You know what you're doing. Let me just put this stuff down. Yeah, so this head right here, I think this is a really old man. And you could see the toe is super worn. This was way worse before. Look how much material I had to remove. So obviously I removed more from the heel and the middle of the bit. Brian. You know my name's Brian too. A lot of Brians that like hand tools apparently. There's Mr. Brian. There's you, Brian. There's me, Brian. Any more Brians out there? Any more brain busters? Such a hack. I said an Adam Sandler movie line. But I think this is a man. Some kind of man. We're all men here, aren't we, boys? Well, here's just another man. Yeah, you can't really read it, and I can't either, but pretty sure this is an old man. You can tell just the shape looks old. Like, it looks like early 1900s. Beauty, though. Let's see. Hey, I don't see a Pat. Where's Pat? Did I miss Pat? What is Pat? Who's Pat? Who's Patrick? I don't see a Pat. Oh god, I dropped something. Oh yeah. I've showed this before, but not on a live. Here's a completely crunched Possible McKinnon Rockaway. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see there is a stamp, but I don't know. Can't really read it. Let's see, what did I miss there? Oh, the small woodlot. Okay. Thank you, sir. Just found your channel from Killinger. Thanks, Killinger. Haha, get a few Bryans together. I'm sure we could get into some stuff. What's up, Pat? Small woodlot. Hey, Pat, I hear your woodlot's kind of tiny, man, but that doesn't matter. It's about the motion of the ocean, you know? Anyway, coming from a guy with a real small woodlot, my woodlot, my God, my woodlot is like, where is my woodlot? I can't find it. I just got my first Rockaway, a Plum 3 and a 3/4 pound. Super excited. That's awesome. Before I knew about Rockaways, I thought the Plum Rockaway was like the best one for some reason, but they're all awesome. I actually have another one sitting around here somewhere. By the way, Brian, I was working on this mulberry handle. That's what the secret project is. This mulberry handle, which is going to be my first mulberry handle, along with this Possible Kentucky pattern, Belknap Bluegrass. It's a beauty. Little bit of a worn stamp, but when you're in person, it's a lot easier to see. Like, I can read almost all of it. All right, let's put this down. And let's see if we can find a fucking Rockaway. I'm tatted. Looks like I just went into the bathroom and had sex or something. Look at my hair. Sweating. Let's see. Yeah, guys, by the way, this is a jersey pattern. Just because it has a round lug doesn't mean it's a Rockaway pattern, okay? This is a jersey through and through. It's a nice one, too. Decently thick. I think this, yeah, this is a 4-pounder. Check this shit out, guys. That's a 4. This is one of the best axes I have. I think it's up there. It's up there. Put this down. And this is a 3. Get the dust off this bad boy. You can tell that I've been doing work, but I haven't moved some of this stuff because there's dust all over it. I like my Collins, Plum, and Tazzys. What did I miss here? I just got, oh yeah, okay. Very nice. I found out I have a mulberry tree on my property recently. The berries gave it away. Very nice. Mulberries are very interesting. The trees don't grow too straight. They got big, thick trunks, and they're kind of stubby. Obviously, it's a fruit tree, so I guess that makes a lot of sense. But anyway, this is an old plum, a very old plum. And here's the best part. I don't know if you'll be able to read this, but it's got the 3-3 stamp on the pole. And apparently plums with the weight stamp on the pole are not as common. And obviously you guys might know that a 3 3/4 pound axe is not as common. 3.5 is common, 4 is a little common. And then 3 3/4, not too common, at least in my estimation. Greetings, Brian. Nice jersey. I just got done hanging my Kelly Perfect jersey on a bucking handle. Oh, you got one of those bucking handles. That's awesome that I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Killinger's out the handle game. It makes sense that Bucking would get a few handles out there. And then he's making his bullet. I mean, come on. I'd love to. I'm not going to be able to afford a bullet, but I'd love to try one of those one day to swing one of those. Man, I'd love to swing one of those. It is hard to find even this. So you guys think this is thick? That's not thick. This is not like a super splitting axe. This would be a fantastic bucking axe. Oh, there's Urban Lumberjack. Bucking's making handles now. Pretty sure he gets his from Hoffman. I think that's where they came from, Urban Lumberjack. I think he's doing a run, or maybe he's doing more than one run with Hoffman. I have one Hoffman handle. I think I bought wedges from him about 3 years ago. Good stuff. He has high standards for his lumber. This is actually still a little sharp. I could cut myself with this. Yeah, I gotta be careful. Which is crazy because it doesn't look like it's been used too much, right? It looks stubby. It looks stubby, but I don't know. You know what? Let's see if it's on weight. He gets his handles from the same guy that does Hicks Hickory. Hoffman is not making it. Oh, okay. Hicks Hickory. I don't know that. I don't know Hicks Hickory. Let me weigh this real quick and make sure that it's 3 3/4. Yeah, okay. My scale is right over here. Oh, yeah. 3 pounds, 12 ounces, 12.4 ounces. So this is a little overweight. I'm really happy. That made me really happy right there. This is as fresh as a daisy. He did one run, but has skinnier handles coming soon. Yes, they're Hoffman's. Oh, so he did the Hicks Hickory. They were a little thick, and now he wants to do. Yeah, I don't want to badmouth anybody, but I saw that he had to do a lot of shaping work on those handles that he got that one run. Remember, they're all bowed to the left or something, or the right. We will see a wood bullet to purchase. We will never see a wood bullet to purchase. Hate to say it, but Hoffmeister smoke and mirrors. I'll leave it at that. Ooh, that's tough. Anytime I've tried to get a Hoffman handle, they're sold out. Killinger, I think you are the only person I've bought a handle from. I bought some Killinger handles too. Actually, check this out, guys. What's this? Oh, well, that looks familiar. 2 handles from Killinger, actually. Handles are expensive for a reason, guys. If you're complaining about handle prices and it's a great handle, you are sorely mistaken, because if I were to sell this already made, I can't sell this for less than $80. Once I finish this handle, I can't. I've air dried this, I've hand processed it, and then I hand shape it. I can't sell for less. I mean, I want to sell for more than that. I think it's more than that. Man, hang on to that. Yeah, dude. You know, I have 1 or 2 more. Yeah, I think I have 4. I think I have 4 Killinger handles, and you're right about that. I haven't really wanted to touch them. I've just kind of wanted. And I also, do I have your stickers? I just see I just see beaver tooth stickers. Huh. Maybe I don't have any of your stickers anymore. I stand correct. Yeah. I sit corrected. Personally, I'm too lazy to stand corrected. Too fat lazy. Um, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff here that's pretty cool, guys. I mean, not we, but me. I've showed this. This is my baby now. I really use the hell out of this thing. Are you talking to me, Small Woodlock? Because look what I'm on right now. This is a vice bench. I call it a vice bench. It's just a low bench with a, okay, Killinger, thank you. Yeah, I would love some of your stickers, man. But I call this thing I'm sitting on a vice bench. It's just a low bench, and I slap the vice on it, and it's, man, it's the best. I think it's probably better than a shave horse. It's impossible to make a handle using hand tools and then sell them for a profit. I just do it because I love it and make about $6 an hour. Yeah, dude. Well, let's be honest about this. Or, well, let's talk about this more. So, when you make a name for yourself and you're popular, you can sell things for what they're actually worth to you. But when you're not popular, you have to pretty much let things go at a, you're losing money almost. Um, Sometimes people try to sell things for more than they're worth. Sometimes they try to price it what they think it's worth, but nobody will buy it. And I probably have done that before. I want to make my own handles from here on out. Hell yeah, Killinger. I'm going to be honest, man. It's rough dealing with any kind of lumber stuff. You're not there to see what they're doing in that kiln. You don't know what that tree was like. It's rough. Because I make most of my own handles, I know a lot more about the timber. You have to sacrifice to make a name for yourself. Yeah, it's true, man. You can't just you shouldn't be anybody that's feeling like, I'm very low level. I'm the lowest of the lowest levels. Well, not the lowest, but I'm really low level. I can't complain that I can't sell an axe that I think is $400 worth of axe, and that I would only be able to sell for 150. That's just how things are. That's what people think I'm worth right now. But you keep going at it. You keep showing people what you could do, and eventually people will say, you know what, that is worth a lot of money. Like I could maybe. Rover says pretty low, pretty low. You can do it for sure. Yeah. Like, okay, so let's talk about this. If I do this exactly how I want, if I put a perfect edge that I want on this, either a great banana grind or a perfect flat grind or whatever you would call it, and I make a really great handle out of mulberry, I mean, is that like a $500 axe? I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a $500 axe, but I'd probably only be able to sell it for 350 or something like that. I did a handle years ago out of locust. Use a pocket knife as a shave. You crazy bastard. I used to carve handles, but now I only use hatchets. I sold leatherwork and handles at a loss to build my reputation. Still can't sell my leatherwork for enough to justify the time. So it's all back to hobby status. Your leatherwork is really professional, so that's a little surprising. I do see it's crazy. Life is tough, We see Walmart and we go, we love those prices, but then we want to make stuff and we want to sell them at the prices that would never end up in a Walmart. Life is tough, and we either we're hypocritical or we're like, God damn it, I get it, guys. And I guess I'm the I get it, guys, or at least most of the time, and I'm an I get it, you know. Like, let's actually, Killinger, I'd love to talk about your handles and like profit margins and stuff. Consumerism destroyed concepts of value. It's rough. Like, we have more costs now. A cell phone bill, Wi-Fi, internet, all that kind of shit, along with like rising prices of everything else. It's tough. It's really tough. If you want things now, you have to be rich to get them at whatever price they're going to be. I don't know. You have to be wealthy, or you have to not have a family or a big overhead. It's rough. Killinger, can we talk about the profit margins and stuff? Remember, so you were selling your handles at, what were they at one point? Like 50 something? I forget. Before you upped the prices because of shipping. That fucked everything up. 30-inch packages had like a $15 surcharge on them. That is bad. but then you went to like 60, right? Or something like that. I mean, for handles like this, I understand that completely. $60 for this. Maybe I'm lowballing. Maybe it was 65 or something. Because ship plus shipping. So basically, if you were to buy Killinger handles, and he would say this, buy more than one, so it makes sense for your shipping. You know, your shipping costs would be less. It depended on the handle. Yeah, shipping killed it. Yeah, exactly. It's too bad. You know, we don't have like large communities we could sell to. That's really how you start your business. Online, it's tough. If you have people in your own community you could sell to and be of value to, you can't just sell to people. You want to be of value to them, or else what's the point? You know, you're not going to have a good reputation if what you make is not valuable to them and they're just trying to help you out all the time. I would, I, I do like being helped out. That's very nice of people. But at the same time, if I'm not giving them something that they value or that is useful to them, I feel bad. I'm like, what am I even doing? Why am I doing this? My cost was high. Plus, everyone had a hand in it. Fees killed the profit on every sell. I got to be honest. I think about it a lot. Uh, just taking down trees and store and handle lumber, like on a large scale, and making handles with a buddy or something. But you know, the what's it called? The lathe is very expensive. A handle lathe has got to be really expensive. They're not complicated machines. It seems like it's just a belt, a motor put to a belt that spins some shit. I don't know. That was a very dumb way of saying that, but they're expensive. They're rare. I guess if you wanted to make one from scratch, that would be insane. But they're simple. I know they're kind of simple, like in what they do. But I think about it all the time. What trees fall? You don't even have to fell the tree. You could just cut it up into 4-foot sections and make handle billets. And I've actually on Instagram recently I tried to sell some of my lumber. Nobody was really too interested, or I had a few interested people, but nobody followed through. If you guys want lumber, I would love to sell to you. I don't know. My prices aren't great though. I also ate a lot of handles. I was not willing to sacrifice my reputation to sell a less superior product. This decision killed my business, but my name is everything. Yeah, I understand, man. That's why working with someone else, like you said, is really tough. And I know you tried not to badmouth your people, but I think you didn't let it slip, but you talked about how they I'm going to read this in a second, Urban Lumberjack. You talked about how they basically just copied what you made. They just copied this and made it with someone else, right? And then I'm guessing they used lower quality lumber, and there are millions of board feet of oak and hickory felled in and around Atlanta each year. It's all waste wood. I've been musing about trying to harvest the logs and process hardwood lumber and handle. I wish we can get a traveling axe show together in Oklahoma. We have an antique show once a year. This is Brian McGuire. Then multiple smaller ones. If I could organize enough vendors, I'd put it together. Yeah, man. I guess what we'd have to do is we'd all have to get together and figure out where we all are. I'm far away from all you guys mostly, so it wouldn't really work out that way. But I don't know, maybe I get a little rich. Dude, you ever think about getting rich and just helping cool stuff happen? I want to make cool stuff happen all the time. I want to be like a rapper instead of or like a mobster. I want to instead of handing out turkeys for Thanksgiving, I want to give people hatchets and teach them how to use it. Or axes. I know you don't care about hatchets too much, Killinger. I get it though. The axe is the ultimate. You could use an axe just like you can use a hatchet if it's run for Congress. I'm just thinking about how earlier I said I have a small woodlot, and I was making a euphemism about my dick because of Pat over here. While everyone looks for hickory and oak, I will use maple, locust, and cherry for handles. Buddy, I'm with you, bud. Mulberry is not very common. I don't think people are using it now. I don't think this is going to be the strongest wood, but it'll be good enough for this beautiful axe that is nearly display quality. I think. At least for me, I do not find stuff that cool. By the way, I was trying to show this earlier, and I didn't really show you guys. This is a Plum Victory hewer, single bevel. Man, I love this thing. This is one of the most useful tools I've put together in the last year. How is maple for handles? I have a ton of maple. It's not the best. It's kind of weak, but it depends on the maple you have. I know you have hard maple. I've made a red maple handles, and it dents super easy. It's really soft when it comes to dents. And so the thing is about lower quality handle lumber, I just don't want catastrophic failure. If it cracks, that's perfect. But if it snaps and just gives way immediately, that's worst case scenario. So I try to avoid lumbers that I think that will happen to. I've used this is Brian. I've used oak, hickory, and ash. Cherry, maple, and walnut are pretty, but will snap with any use sooner than later. I agree about walnut. Walnut's just for hatchet handles, if that. Cherry is also pretty weak, but I've seen people make stuff out of cherry. I just wouldn't make it out of cherry unless it's for display. I have mostly sugar maple here, then silver maple, good amount of hickory. Silver maple is dog shit. Silver maple was invented by the devil. A demon invented. A demon put silver maple on this earth. It's terrible. It's such a bad wood. I mean, I like it, but it's not. It's not dense. The limbs give way. Killinger, you could make a little solar kiln. I don't know if you heard of a solar kiln, but they get pretty hot. Pecan works really. Yeah, pecan is related to hickory, right? I would probably imagine pecan's kind of like the soft hickory. What's it? Is it butternut or bitternut? I think bitternut's good and butternut's the soft one. Let's see. Splits awesome. Yeah, silver maple splits well. Cherry is used for hatchets only. Same with maple. Yeah, I pretty much agree with that small woodlot. I used maple for a house handle, so it's like 18 inches, and even that is a little scary. But I've used it to good success. Pecan is hickory family. Yeah, absolutely. This is good, guys. Thanks for coming and talking. This is great. A neighbor took down a silver maple and let me buck it up with an axe. Was so nice to chop when green. Yes, I have had that experience. I used a heavy axe, 4.5 pounds, with a 27.5-degree edge, and it bucked it really well. Didn't get stuck at all. Obviously, with an edge that fat. Walnut and gum are for display axes. What kind of gum you talking about? You know that I have you know that I'm a gum man myself, right? Here's sweet gum, and I know that the swamp Tupelo, the swamp black Tupelo is different from black Tupelo that I have, but that's a gum too. They call it black gum sometimes. I made 3 huge board axe handles out of walnut lately just for wall hangers. Decent amount of profit because of the cost of wood. Yeah, so walnut, mulberry, fruitwoods, those are the exotics we can get. So that's why I'm making this mulberry handle. To me, this is worth a lot more. Even so, I said $80 for a handmade handle. If I make a white oak handle and I'm selling just the handle, I don't know if I could sell that for less than $80. That would hurt my feelings. Maybe I would make an axe for a friend, but other than that, it'd be tough. Let's see, what did Brian say? I got a hookup with walnuts so I can make a little off the wood. Okay, you said broad. Was that a broad axe you were talking about? I made a huge. Oh, broad axe handles. Oh, okay. Let me show you guys some. I showed it in the last video. Where are you at? I feel like we need to get together. Our collections are very similar. Yeah, you and Brian are similar. I feel like you guys got similarly clean, pretty clean shops too, and you guys got a similar knowledge maybe. Hold on, let me bring some wood over here. Oh God. Let me move some shit. All right. Look at this, Brian. That's nice, isn't it? I feel like I'm one of the only... Oh, this is glued, so you can't really see. There you go. I feel like I'm one of the only guys that keeps the sapwood and the heartwood together with black walnut. Let's see, what did I miss? My 10th anniversary today. Got to check out. All right, Urban Lumberjack, thanks for hanging out, man. If you're not charging at least $100 for a handmade handle, you're losing money. Yep, pretty much, buddy. And even at 100, it's like, is it worth it sometimes? But I love doing this. So, plus, I want to make money off of it. I agree. I'm in northeastern Oklahoma. I'll email you soon, and maybe we can work something out. Yeah, you and Killinger should make some trades or something. This is this stuff is just gorgeous, this white oak. I did a short recently where I showed me riving some of this. That's from an old video. Stay away from cocobolo wood for handles. It works like iron, and the dust can be toxic. But boy, is it pretty. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Cocobolo. Very nice, man. Are you talking about the wood? Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I also have some billets. These billets are going in a trade. Let me show you. Let me show you. Oh, God. This stuff is insane. This is some of the highest quality lumber I have. Look at this. Huge board. Basically a board. And this is a handle billet. About 2 inches thick. Let's see. Make sure you don't include the bark. Yeah, 2 inches thick. Here's the other one. Yeah, it's kind of thin on this side. You know, what is that, 5-6 inches wide? Let's see. 5.5 at the bottom. Yeah, almost 5.5 there. I think it's thicker on the bottom. So I don't know if you could tell, but I covered this face in glue. That is the face that I have lots of cracking with oak on. Yeah, it's expensive, that Cocobolo. I don't know how to say it. And loaded with natural oils. Doesn't like glue ups either. This is white oak. This is white oak, my man. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. I think these are 35 inches. Here, let me show you. Let me show you some more stuff, guys. All right. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, there we go. Here's the most exotic wood I've ever had. Sorry, they have to see my ass. This is the most exotic wood I've come across. I think I bought this handle wedge on Thrain or something. They don't have this available anymore because this is getting close to being endangered, or it is endangered. It's Iki. It's called Iki, and it's also an oily wood. And I fucked up and I used it before I knew what I was doing. The end grain isn't the craziest. That's the thing that's a shame about using some of these pretty woods with wedges, is sometimes the best face. I mean, sometimes the best place to look at is the faces instead of the end grain. So you're kind of covering that up. What did I just miss, by the way? You must have been using high quality glue. When I used Iki, I did use glue. Here, let me bring out my Iki axe. I got so much stuff so far away. Hold on one sec, guys. All right. I actually couldn't find the one I'm looking for, but here's a perfect example of why you don't use your special wood wedges before you know what you're doing too much. Terrible handle that I kind of reshaped a little bit, but Swell is still pretty bad. I could fix that up a little. Um, but look what it is. I got to rehang this. This is too special to leave like this. This is I mean, Nationals aren't that special, but they're valued high. Boy Scouts of America. I don't know if you could see the stamp. There we go. Right there. Yeah, beautiful. It's pretty. It's pretty. I think there's that scratch pattern from plums. You guys know about that? I think Axe Yankee talks about it. It always goes this way, like pole to bit kind of thing. Oh, I just missed. I'm going to pick up some Osage orange. Oh, is that what boat arc is? Soon I hope make some mallets. Hopefully I can make a couple pieces to make some handles with. Mortal Sin coming up. Got to make more coffee. I don't know. Is Mortal Sin a movie? No, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, you got to go. I guess that's what you're saying. Yeah, I got a bunch of shit, guys. I got so much work that I could do. Do you guys also not really make an axe unless you're inspired? Because, I mean, it takes a lot of time. Let me show you guys the reality of, this is the reality of harvesting your own timber. You don't seal the end grain, cracks. This also explains what I mean when I talk about medullary rays. So the cracks go along the medullary rays, but the face that's affected most, other than end grain, is basically what's perpendicular to the medullary rays, but it's just along the medullary ray. So this is the face you see medullary rays on. This is the face where they go like this. Those are the medullary rays. Growth rings go horizontal. So yeah, look how big that crack is. Yeah, you have to be in the right mood. Only time I make an axe is when one breaks and I need. Yeah, but not everybody's like, you know, me and Killinger and probably Brian too, where we have so many axes available. We almost never need to make an axe ever again. We have plenty of functional axes, you know. But it's a love thing, love of the game. I'm at the lake on my boat with my family. My wife is staring at me to get in with the kids. Hope to talk to y'all again soon. All right, Brian, thanks for coming in, bud. It was a pleasure. You got some real cool stuff, so I'm glad to talk to you. Here's some Purple Heart wedge, by the way. I was doing those a little bit, but now I only harvest my own lumber. It's all pretty much just my own stuff. Let's do something different here. Oh, there it is. Let's do something a little crazy. All right, boys and gals. There's a big crack in this, isn't there? Let's get rid of it. Actually, I'm wasting material here. I could probably cut this off. Let's hold on. If it's not, nah, this is at least 34. This is like 34, I think. So it'd be kind of, fuck. Just over 32. Trying to think, what should I do here? Should I split it and get rid of a ton of value because it turns into less than 2 inches? I can't even show you guys. Turns into less than, oh wait, less than 2.5 inches of width. And it's all, this grain is perfect, so it's going, you know, this is the bark, so you know that the grain is going to be perfect if the tree was relatively large, and this was about a 22-inch diameter tree, so this is perfect wood. I'm just worried if I chop off 1 or 2 inches, this crack looks pretty big, you know. I probably saved this piece for mallets. So honestly, cutting a little bit off, it would be okay because it's going to be a mallet anyway. Yeah, you know what? Let's not mess with this. I don't want to rive it. Yeah, well, this was a fun live, guys. I enjoyed this one. Let me bring you guys up. This was very fun. I learned a lot about you guys. That was cool. And we got to talk about Killinger's handles, which was awesome that he did that, you know. I guess maybe you guys aren't like me, but I heard of Killinger from Buck and Billy Ray because Buckin bought Killinger's handles. So it's pretty awesome. We didn't make an axe. Yeah, I didn't make an axe. Have you ever used an adze? I actually haven't used an adze, but I have one. Let me show you something, Pat. Yeah, here you go, Pat. Beautiful handle, right? Really pretty handle. I think it's a Hubbard. Has an H with a shield. Might be like a 60s Hubbard. I forget, though. Does it rock? No, this is perfect. So I don't really care about hewing with adzes, but I do want to carve like spoons and bowls with them. Said nice. Yeah, I do want to carve spoons and bowls with them. Carving adze. I will use this one day. I think it's pretty funny that let me show you guys that I might be wearing sandals. And I might do the technique where you lift your foot up a little bit while you... That'd be pretty funny if I did that. People would be so pissed off. People... Let's talk about that before I go. Look how happy I am about pissing people off because I wear sandals. It's so funny to me. It is... So the way I've explained it is people don't want to see other people get hurt. So, you know, they're like, they're helping when they say you're being an idiot with the sandals, or they think they're helping. Kind of like, you know, I've told people that don't mess with back injuries, go get diagnosed. Because I think it's important to tell people that. You ever watch Chop with Chris? I don't know if I have. I think I've heard people talk about Chop with Chris before. I'm not sure. I kind of skipped over a couple subjects here that I was about to start talking about. But, yeah, the sandal thing is funny. Let's get back to the Killinger handle stuff. Yeah, so Buck and Billy Ray talked about Killinger because he recognized his handle quality and the shape of the handles, which is pretty cool, you know. Don't we all hope that we could be recognized by someone that has recognition for their own work, you know? Should have seen the video of my boy Chris starting a chainsaw. Shorts and Crocs. One time Buckin was wearing sandals with socks, and a couple people messaged me to tell me that he was doing that. I was like, hell yeah. Hi, everybody. I've been listening while driving. Really enjoyed this. Thanks, Kevin. You got a good name, Kevin Duff. Solid name. Strong name. I get shit for eye protection and hearing protection all the time. Hey, if people want to be deaf or blind, let them be deaf or blind, okay? If I don't want to have toes, let me not have toes. I'm going to look how fat I am. I'm going to lose them to diabetes anyway. May as well be missing. So I don't have to do... So, you know, that'll suck. If you have diabetes, foot injuries are real bad, though. I will say that. I don't have diabetes, or I could be pre-diabetic. I haven't checked. Hey, Kevin, I'm pre-diabetic. Safety third. Listen, I am big-time safety guy. I believe in it. When I don't want to give a friend an axe without teaching them how to safely use the axe. But I'll be wearing sandals when I'm doing that. They won't. I won't want them to wear sandals. Because, you know, the timber is dangerous. It's not just the axe that's dangerous. If a log falls on my foot, ouch, that's going to feel bad. By the way, before this, I ate some toast. So I got a lot of energy right now. I had butter and toast. It's like I'm sick or something. I'm not sick, but I acted like I had the flu before this live, apparently. I need some ginger ale to polish off that toast. By the way, do you guys think ginger ale is disgusting? Because it's like if I have a flu, I drink ginger ale. It's like if I'm sick, I drink ginger ale. So now whenever I drink ginger ale, it's like, this is disgusting. I'm sick. This is sick people drink. I would rather drink Pepto Bismol than ginger ale, I think. Oh shit. All right. Well, oh, is I will tell you, you're right about back issues. After 8 breaks on my back, two in my neck, and shoulders being shot, I just can't keep going. Yeah, man. The back stuff is terrible. I have a back injury, and you'll never be the same once you have a back injury. That's what they say, and that's my experience. It's pretty bad. I didn't even have a bad back injury. Try the cranberry ginger ale. Okay, you know what? That sounds good. I'm a big fan of red 40 and yellow number 5 or whatever. Anybody? Anyway. I hate, why do they got to color it with fake color? What's the point? It doesn't make it taste any different. What, are you just trying to trick kids into drinking it? You pieces of shit. Put some real cranberry juice in there, make it look different. Anyway, it's cheap. Yeah, that Urban Lumberjack was talking about that, the consumerism thing. You know, we're all like okay with lower quality product that costs a lot less instead of like a homemade soda where it would be like, $7 a bottle maybe. We would rather buy $1, $2 bottle of soda. It's tough. There's always things that you think you need high quality, and then there's things that you think you don't need high quality. When it comes to putting it in your body, as you can see, I don't put the highest quality shit in my body, but that would be nice. If I was rich, I would want to. Everything comes back to like if only I was rich. I know what you're talking about. TikTok has educated me. Hey, you know what? I went to a friend's like barbecue, and I'm so embarrassed. I did like a TikTok recipe. I brought a fucking TikTok. I brought social media food. I cut the Hawaiian rolls that I made like a sandwich. It's not exactly TikTok recipe, but basically cutting the thing in half and making a whole big old, rip the sandwich off thing. That's like pretty TikTok. I'm just very embarrassed by doing a girly thing like that. May as well start making Pinterest recipes. God, girls. Am I right or am I wrong? Women out there are seeing a recipe for the first time on the worst website called Pinterest. This might be older women. I don't even know now. And then they make it for the first time and it's terrible. And they keep doing it over and over again. They keep trying to make a new recipe that they never tried before. Just get good at one recipe. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Why don't people want to get good at one recipe? I did it though. I did it. Although it's not like I went out, I didn't go crazy. It's Hawaiian rolls with mortadella, which is like bologna, but pistachios in it. Just delicious bologna. A little bit of mustard, a little bit of cheese, and mayonnaise. That's not a crazy idea, you know. I didn't go crazy. I didn't sprinkle fucking salt all over it and butter. That would actually made it better. Yeah, but I'm glad TikTok educated you. My boy just found out how a misaligned back feels. He is 11 years old. Oh man, and flat out right now. Fuck, 11 and he's already got a back thing. That's awful, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't see that you said that before. I honestly thinking about kids having back injuries is like making me really sad. That's awful. Yeah, I bet it's not. Is it really bad? Is it really bad? Pat, the back injury. Is it like a scoliosis thing, misaligned, or is it something else? Yeah, man. I don't wish back injuries on Hitler. I brought pulled venison to a party once. Never again. Oh shit! How funny is it when we try to make something for the first time for other people? Why are we doing this? I've done it before. And you know what's even worse? Oh my god! My friend had a birthday party, and I made really expensive ribeyes, 2 inches thick. I cut a roast in half, and I made two ribeyes, one for me, one for him. I oversalted the fuck out of it. And I kept asking him, "How is it?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a little salty." He didn't want to hurt my feelings, but I wish he would have just told me. I knew mine was salty, and then I realized mine is a little thicker than his. I don't know why I did that. I should have given the birthday boy the bigger one, but anyway, I was selfish. He pulled muscles and slipped a disc. Oh, okay. That doesn't sound terrible because I think when you're young, you could bounce back from that if you do a little therapy, right? Did I'm guessing he got diagnosed. Yeah, you wouldn't know that if he didn't get diagnosed. It's awful, man. There's so many costs to being a human. You know, you could be floating on by in life, doing real well, and then all of a sudden you get an injury, and you have to pay a lot of money to fix that injury. Even with insurance, you still got to pay money. The fuck? For car insurance, oh man, your car gets exploded by a RPG, and they're like, "That's going to be a $2,000 surcharge." Sorry. I had back issues when I was a kid as well. The doctors told me I was young. My back as an adult isn't great, but it's best when my core is strong. Right now, I'm dancing with danger. I need to lose some weight. I'm sorry, but dancing with danger is a really nice. That's a cool phrase. You could definitely be a double o seven, kind of like a Bond, an agent with something like that. This just caught my eye in the camera. This is a Boy Scouts of America. Oh God, can't see it. Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's a plum. And it's on a house handle, which these are not great handles, let me tell you. But you can shape them decent. I just didn't, apparently. Um, yeah, I need to do that too. I need to strengthen my core and lose a lot of weight. It's the best way to put it. Yeah, dancing with danger is the best way to put it. I've been dancing with danger ever since I was a young lad. I didn't hurt my back until I started messing with axes. Or I didn't know I had a back injury. So I might have had, so I had a pars defect in my L5. It's like a stress fracture in the bottom of your spine. And let me just go through the story before I leave this live. Yeah, I was I was doing a lot of bucking, and my technique probably wasn't great. At least he didn't break it like I did at 8 years old. God damn, 8 years old. I keep my weight down to help my back as much as possible. 6'2" and 170. Yeah, I could use that. But my back injury is probably not as bad as your guys. So I had the pars defect. I didn't know about it. I was feeling pain in my side, and I was like, when I was rubbing the back, like near, like above my ass crack, I was like rubbing it. And after I got diagnosed, I realized it's bruised. Like my spine is bruised, which is kind of scary. But I was feeling like all kinds of fucked up. I didn't know what was wrong with me. My back was getting tired real quick, but I wasn't really understanding that because I don't know. I just am not good at figuring out what's wrong with me. I just knew something was wrong. So I thought I had kidney problems or something. So I went to the hospital, and yeah, they gave me the X-ray or CAT scan or whatever it was, MRI, I forget. And yeah, I found out that I had a pars defect in my back, and I was relieved to find that out. Honestly, not that it's good to have a broken back, or it's not really. It's stress fracture, so it's not like it's crazy fucked up, but it was pretty bad, and it wasn't painful. It was just uncomfortable. Like sleeping is tough when you have back problems. You just can't get in the right position for more than like a little bit, and then you start feeling like you got to move again. Um, but yeah, I was relieved to find out I had a pars defect, and that I have a problem with medical stuff. I don't like saying hypochondria, but I definitely invent problems when something's wrong, or I just start freaking out. I just can't deal with it. I don't even want to hear about like medical stuff. I could talk about this kind of stuff, but you know, it's kind of narcissistic, honestly, hypochondria. Someone tells you they have like a problem with their stomach, and you're like, oh, yeah, I got a problem. I feel like I could have a problem. Shut up, you fucking narcissist. I don't do that, but it gets in my head where it's like, what if I have a problem? It's not good. It's very, a lot of mental things are kind of very narcissistic, I feel. When you have mental problems, it becomes all about you, sort of, which is sad. Um, oh, I did an hour and 40 minutes. What do you guys think? Should I keep going for a little bit? What time is it? Let's see. 7:25. Eh. You know, Marines work hard and we play harder. I just started early. Oh, I didn't. Did I run? Oh, okay. Pat. You a Marine, Pat? That's cool. What do you think about? Let's talk about something that nobody wants to talk about. What do you think about the wars recently? You know, like, do you have any thoughts on on our wars, the United States and stuff, and what happened with the Taliban and shit. That was pretty crazy that we were in a 20-year war and we just left and then it all fell apart. Kind of makes it seem like why did that happen? It's sad. It's sad because people die for that thing, and the people in power make these decisions and nobody else has a say, which is crazy because we supposedly live in a democracy. We don't really. We're like, let's vote people in to make the decisions that hate us. That's a good idea. I know we're not. Me and Killinger talked about this before. Don't talk about politics or anything, but I don't like to talk about politics, as in like sides. I think taking sides politically is dumb because every side has different opinions about every subject. So why would you go I'm left wing or I'm right wing when you probably disagree with half the fucking shit they say? I don't know. I keep cursing, but anyway. I don't care if people curse. I don't think that it matters at all. I think that they're noises that mean something, and it's only as much as you make it out to mean. I'm just trying to stay out of politics of this stuff and don't wish to tarnish your channel with that shit. I do realize how crazy it is to say to a Marine, "Hey, do you believe that that's a bad idea? The wars." I'm sure you understand how awful wars are. So you know how serious it is. You were there or you were part of it, or at least you know people that were. Yeah, I'll get off the. I don't even think it's political. No, it is political. It's literally how we decide to run wars. That's political. Anyway, yeah, that was a good live. Thanks for coming by, Pat Killinger. Let's see if I could remember everyone. Urban Lumberjack, Brian came. Kevin Duff, thank you for coming. Joey L, the man with the plan. Let's see, anybody else? Rover Brian, thank you for coming. I think he came by. I'm just scrolling. I'm just scrolling now. It's funny to watch me do this over and over. Let's see, anybody else? Well, anyway, anybody else that came if I missed? 29 years ago, man, that's a while. You have a lot of life experience. You know all about this stuff, man. ODS. I don't know what that is. It must be some um, part of the Marines, right? ODS. Operations Department section. That's not it. Nothing more disrespectful than to guess what a Marines department is. That's not that disrespectful. I'm just a laugher. Anyway, thanks for coming, buddy. I appreciate it, and I'm glad I got to see your name and then say I have a small penis. It's Operation Desert Storm. Oh, why didn't I know that? Huh. So that was a Bill Clinton operation, right? Wasn't that started in the early? Oh wait, no, it wasn't. It wasn't Bill Clinton. It was was it Bush Senior? I don't know the president. I don't know the administrations too well, I guess. So Ford was late early 80s. Was Reagan before Ford? I don't know. Anyway, this is not a history I almost called it a podcast. This isn't Dan Carlin's hardcore history at all. As a kid, we packed parts for ODS. Was in Iraq 2008. A contractor, never went overseas in my military career. Thanks everybody. Thanks for alert, Killinger. Yeah, man, Killinger, you're the man, dude, for sharing this. I'm not the easiest person to like associate with, at least in this kind of it's not an industry, but act stuff. Reagan was after Carter. Okay, yeah. I curse. I talk about crazy shit sometimes. I don't have a problem being offensive sometimes. So I appreciate it, man. When you guys share my stuff or when you guys come in here and talk to me, it's awesome. I love doing this stuff. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I'll probably do another live. Who knows? Maybe a couple weeks or something. Thanks for coming, guys, and goodbye.